Are you thinking of moving to the Raleigh area and need help understanding the difference between Raleigh's various suburbs? This video will break it down for you. I'm Allison Warnerowski, local broker and owner of Ray Realty and founder of the Relocating to Raleigh brand. Please like and subscribe and join our social media pages as we've created the area's best platforms to collaborate with thousands just like you. If you have any real estate needs, we are one of the top teams in the area as we've helped so many families find their dream home here, and we would love to help you. Raleigh has quite a few suburbs that all have different styles as well as pros and cons. This video can be used as a guide to help you narrow down your top suburbs, and we have more detailed videos on this channel to provide more in-depth information on each of these areas. In general, the northern and western suburbs of Raleigh are generally more expansive and have more of an urban feel, as they are closer to RTP. There's a lot of demand for this area and thus more development. We will start off in the north and work our way around. The first suburb is Roseville, which is one of the next up-and-coming suburbs in the area. It's located about 30 minutes north and slightly east of Raleigh, right next to Wake Forest. Roseville currently feels fairly rural, as you'll see neighborhoods built in and around farm fields. There's just over 10,000 people living there, and there isn't a lot of development, as it has a fairly small footprint. But the town is in the early stages of a complete rebuild and upgrade of its main street in downtown that will include apartments, retail, restaurants, and great spaces for families. Once complete, home values in the area will increase. Roseville itself has mostly established neighborhoods, anchored by Granite Falls and a swim club, but there are some newer construction communities outside the town limits. The average home value is around $510,000 for around 210 square feet, mostly due to this new construction popping up. Schools are pretty good as well, as there's a mix of public and private schools. Wake Forest has been on the rise as one of the most popular suburbs of Raleigh over the last 10 years. It's located about 30 minutes north of Raleigh, right next to the amenities of North Raleigh. Wake Forest has a population of just over 50,000 and has a more historic feel with its downtown, and it's rooted in the history of Wake Forest University prior to it moving in 1956. Despite a few older neighborhoods though, you'll find much of Wake Forest shopping centers and neighborhoods have been built since 2000, and many in the past 5 to 10 years. So there's quite a bit of new construction. It generally has overall suburban feel with tons of trees, hence its name. It also has quite a few luxury neighborhoods on the east side of US 1 as well, but the average home value is around $550,000 with a price per square foot of $210. Lot sizes are generally half an acre or less, but you'll find some larger lots in and around an acre in the luxury neighborhoods. Wake Forest has some great parks and entertainment options for the whole family, and it's right next to Falls Lake and one of the best greenways in all of Raleigh, the Neuse River Trail. The public schools overall are excellent, and there's quite a few popular charter school options. Moving on to the next suburb, Morrisville, one of the more popular options for those working in RTP. Located about 20 minutes northwest of Raleigh, directly above the ever-popular Cary and below RTP, Morrisville is a small but dense suburb with just over 31,000 people. Morrisville has quite a few neighborhoods given its small footprint, and the average home value is around $510,000 with a price per square foot of $240. You'll find a mix of established and new construction neighborhoods, and generally lot sizes are 1/4 an acre on average. There are quite a few major shopping centers located directly nearby, and the park system is amazing with Lake Crabtree's amenities right next door. The schools are some of the best public schools in the whole area as well. Next up is Cary, the most popular and largest suburb of Raleigh with over 182,000 people. It is generally more dense and has a suburban feel. Located about 20 minutes west of Raleigh, Cary is also an ideal place for commuting to both downtown Raleigh and RTP. Cary is rooted in quite a bit of history with a more historic feeling downtown, but has also experienced quite a bit of new development over the last 20 years. There's a good mixture of established neighborhoods with new construction homes sprinkled in, as well as newer construction neighborhoods overall, which are more on the west side of Cary. Average home values are the highest in the area at $600,000 with a price per square foot of $253. And there are plenty of newer luxury neighborhoods on the west side of town that cost much more. Lot sizes are generally half an acre or less, and there's a ton of trees around. Cary also has a top-notch park system. It's close to Jordan Lake for boating, and it's known for its beautiful landscaping and aesthetics of its roadways and shopping centers. On top of all that, Cary's school system is the best in the whole area. Moving on to Apex, another very popular suburb of Raleigh. Also located 20 minutes west of Raleigh and directly below Cary, Apex has around 63,000 residents and has a very similar feel to Cary. Apex has a beautiful historic downtown and an amazing park system, with the Apex Community Park being the best on this side of town. It also has Jordan Lake nearby as well for boating. There are quite a few more established neighborhoods, but there are pockets of new construction. Much of the area is pretty developed and has a more established feel, but while you won't see quite as many new construction neighborhoods popping up in comparison to other areas areas, there are still some to choose from on the western side of town and some that have been recently completed within town limits. Like Cary, Apex is one of the more expensive suburbs as well, with an average home price of $585,000 and an average price per square foot of $236. Lot sizes are also generally half an acre or less, and you'll find quite a few communities with trees for privacy. Apex also has a pretty good school system, which has contributed to the popularity. Just south of Apex and around 25 minutes from downtown Raleigh is Holly Springs, which, like Wake Forest, has exploded in popularity over the past 5 to 10 years. Holly Springs has a suburban feel with a population of around 45,000, but is a little more spread out than Cary and Apex and has a little more of a rural feel once you get away from the major developments. It has a few very pretty established neighborhoods like Sunset Ridge, but overall has many new construction communities with a wide range of prices. These neighborhoods have become very popular for families and are a little more affordable than the suburbs to the north, with an average home value of $550,000 and a price per square foot of $225. Lot sizes are typically around half an acre or less. There's lots of trees in the more established communities, while the newer construction communities tend to be built more on farmland with fewer natural screenings. Holly Springs also has some great parks for both kids and youth sports, and the schools are pretty good as well. Moving on to the suburb located about 30 minutes south and slightly west of Raleigh is Fuquay-Varina. Yes, you have to watch your pronunciation of the suburb, whose name came from two very close communities centered around Fuquay Springs Middle Spring and the Varina train station. Fuquay-Varina has a population of over 37,000 and will have a more rural feel outside its main areas. It has a historic downtown with two distinct areas on Main Street by the Mineral Spring and Broad Street by Varina Station. It is projected to grow quite a bit over the next 5 to 10 years, so even though it feels more rural and spread out right now, it may not in the future. There are many older neighborhoods, but many of the more popular neighborhoods are either new construction or were built in the last 10 to 15 years. The average home value is $499,000 with a price per square foot of $200. Lot sizes vary, but are generally around half an acre or less in many of the communities. The schools are pretty good, with some new ones recently constructed. It has a few good parks in the area, with more planned in the near future. About 10 minutes directly south of Raleigh is Garner, an older and more established suburb with a suburban feel at around 32,000 people. Garner has a small downtown area, but much of its entertainment comes from fairly new White Oak Shopping Center, which is massive with tons of retail and dining options. Many of its neighborhoods are well established, but there are some new construction communities popping up south of town. The average home value is around $340,000 with a price per square foot of $191. Lot sizes are around half an acre or less and are typically pretty wooded. Schools here will vary per specific location, so make sure you do your research. Moving on to Clayton, which is located about 30 minutes south and east of Raleigh and has been developing pretty quickly over the past 5 years. It has a population of just over 28,000 and has a pretty rural feel overall, especially when you get outside of the main neighborhoods and development. If you have to travel into Raleigh or RTP during peak rush hour though, expect a pretty long and crowded commute. But Clayton currently provides the best overall bang for your buck with considering house prices, size, schools, and entertainment. There are a few more established neighborhoods, but Clayton has its fair share of new construction communities and some are very large in scale. The average home value is around $340,000 with a price per square foot of $192. They get a larger house for your money than many surrounding suburbs. Lot sizes are generally closer to half an acre, but some communities have lots closer to an acre as well. Schools here are also known to be pretty good, and there are some newly built parks around that have great spaces. On the east side of Raleigh is KNIGHTDALE, an older suburb that provides great value as well and is beginning to see some more development. Even though it's on the east side of Raleigh, it does have quick access to I-540 outer loop. It has a population of around 21,000 and has a generally more spread out suburban feeling with a few great outdoor spaces, some of which are newly built. The average home price is around $430,000 with a price per square foot of $167, and lot sizes are generally around half an acre or less. Do your research on the public schools, but there are some great charter schools in the area. Just east of KNIGHTDALE and about 25 minutes east of Raleigh is WENDELL. WENDELL has a small town vibe and a generally more rural feel. It has a population of around 11,000. It has a really cute downtown area with some fun shops and cool breweries. WENDELL Falls is one of the premier master plan communities on the east side of town, and it has some great shopping centers and schools within the community itself. The average home value in WENDELL is $450,000 with an average price per square foot of $211, with lot sizes generally in the 4th to half an acre size. There are quite a few great charter school options around as well. I hope this quick summary was helpful, and for more detailed information, please view the other videos on our channel or feel free to reach out. I'm Allison Warnerowski, and thank you for watching. We'll see you in our next video.